At AI4, Good Squared, a nonprofit founded by Janssen LLC, business education becomes a catalyst for meaningful global change when students bring their expertise in strategy, finance, operations, and communications directly to the front lines of our mission. Through our Business School Projects initiative, participants immerse themselves in the full spectrum of building sustainable prosperity, designing and refining micro-business models that empower micro-enterprises like our women-led sewing cooperative in rural Zambia to reach global markets, developing innovative microfinance approaches that move communities from dependency to self-sufficiency, and crafting sophisticated marketing and sales strategies that harness the power of social media and agentic AI systems. These projects go far beyond theory. Students work with real pilots, real data, and real human impact, learning to integrate responsible artificial intelligence into every layer of nonprofit effectiveness, economic development, and community empowerment. They discover how AI can automate outreach, personalize engagement, optimize resource allocation, and scale solutions that restore dignity while creating abundance. A first high-value project within this initiative centers on developing compelling social media messaging to build worldwide awareness and active participation in AI4 Good Squared's vision. By leveraging the completed 16-platform, semi-automated ecosystem, students will shape authentic narratives that tell the stories of transformation, highlighting how AI, when guided by human insight and ethical principles, enables micro-enterprises to thrive, education to expand, and hope to replace hardship. This foundational effort will expand our reach, attract volunteers, partners, and supporters, and demonstrate in practice that everyone should and can have abundance when artificial intelligence is thoughtfully applied to helping every person and every community prosper. Building on the broad foundation of business school projects at AI4, Good Squared, where students apply their expertise across micro-business development, microfinance models, operations, strategy, and sales to create real prosperity for entrepreneurs around the world, one particularly powerful and timely example stands out as an ideal starting point. This focused initiative harnesses the completed 16-platform semi-automated social media ecosystem from University Project 1.1 to develop compelling mission-aligned messaging that dramatically expands global awareness and participation in AI4 Good Squared's vision. By crafting authentic narratives that highlight real stories of transformation, such as women-led sewing cooperatives in Zambia, gaining access to worldwide markets or local experiments, restoring dignity through AI-supported guidance, business students will refine essential skills in digital marketing, branding, content strategy, audience engagement, and analytics while directly fueling the movement toward abundance for all. This example demonstrates how responsible agentic AI, guided by human insight and ethical principles, can scale outreach, attract volunteers and partners, and turn inspiration into tangible action. It serves as both a high-impact learning opportunity and a strategic launchpad for the entire initiative. Project 1.2 takes the powerful semi-automated ecosystem created in Project 1.1 and activates it publicly through two closely integrated components, with business school students serving as the ideal leaders and executors. The first component focuses on developing professional-grade social messaging by establishing clear content frameworks, core messaging pillars, consistent voice and tone guidelines, reusable templates, and compelling storytelling assets. The second component centers on executing phased public campaigns that leverage the completed ecosystem for semi-autonomous operations, supported by student-led strategy development, continuous optimization, and appropriate human oversight. Together, these efforts are expected to deliver rapid and authentic audience growth, meaningful increases in engagement, and measurable growth in signups from volunteers, donors, and partners, along with other mission-aligned actions. The work will also create a replicable model that future university cohorts can follow while demonstrating the responsible and high-impact application of agentic AI in practice. Business students bring precisely the right blend of capabilities in marketing strategy, branding, digital campaign management, analytics, and ROI measurement, consumer insights, and cross-functional execution. In return, they gain transformative hands-on experience working with real AI systems to create tangible social impact. This approach positions AI4 Good Squared for exponential yet sustainable visibility that directly supports its vision of AI-powered abundance and prosperity for all. AI4 Good Squared must communicate its mission, real-world pilots such as the Zambia Sewing Cooperative's path to global market access, local experiments, success stories, opportunities for involvement, and clear calls to action with far greater reach and effectiveness than is currently possible. Relying on manual management across multiple platforms is simply unsustainable. Project 1.1 addressed this challenge by creating a unified human AI ecosystem in which students supervise Claude as the AI teammate performs the heavy lifting on content creation, code generation, analysis, and workflow development. Shared Markdown files serve as living, versionable knowledge assets that translate instructions into workflows and workflows into coordinated agents. Specialized social media agents manage platform-specific execution, while humans retain responsibility for high-level strategy, sound judgment, ethical alignment, and final approvals. The result is a scalable, semi-autonomous system that is now ready for public deployment. Project 1.2 activates and optimizes this infrastructure at scale. Business school students are exceptionally well suited to lead this work because their core competencies align directly with the demands of the initiative. They bring strength in digital marketing strategy, content marketing, branding and positioning, campaign planning and execution, social media analytics, ROI measurement, audience segmentation, storytelling, stakeholder communications, and project management. Beyond these skills, the projects offer genuine, real client capstone experiences in which students treat AI for Good Squared as a live nonprofit client and deliver professional-grade outputs. Students also develop fluency in directing agentic AI systems rather than simply prompting them, gain valuable multidisciplinary synergy by collaborating with technical peers, and benefit from strong motivation and scalability as mission-driven learners who can form repeatable pipelines for future cohorts. Each cohort is structured with teams of 4 to 6 business students, supported by 1 or 2 AI or technical mentors, and oversight from AI for Good Squared leadership with the option to incorporate cross-functional team members as needed. The primary goal of this component is to create a cohesive, mission-aligned messaging architecture that the Project 1.1 ecosystem can execute reliably at scale while preserving authenticity and emotional resonance. The architecture rests on several core messaging pillars that emphasize impact and abundance. The responsible use of agentic AI, community and partnership building, education and empowerment, and messages of hope paired with clear calls to action. Supporting these pillars are carefully developed brand voice and tone guidelines that remain hopeful, professional yet accessible, empowering, data-informed, while remaining story-first, inclusive, and aligned with relevant faith and ethical values, including connections to the Vatican's vision for AI. The messaging architecture is further strengthened through detailed audience personas and segmentation that identify key groups such as students, donors and investors, skilled volunteers, university partners, policymakers, faith communities, and Global South micro-entrepreneurs. This is Project 1.2.1, where practical content, templates, and frameworks provide reusable structures for posts, carousels, threads, short-form videos, and email communications. A curated story bank and asset library supplies, ready to adapt, impact stories, metrics, quotes, and visuals developed under clear guidelines. An AI integration playbook shows how to use the ecosystem and complementary tools for efficient first draft generation while enforcing rigorous human review for accuracy, tone, and compliance. A measurement framework establishes baseline KP is focused on engagement quality, sentiment, and conversion rates. The work is designed to be completed in 4 to 6 weeks through a structured sequence of research and audit, co-creation workshops, testing and refinement, and final playbook delivery. Business students add distinctive value through professional branding rigor, thorough audience research, competitive analysis of other AI for good and nonprofit presences, and a consistent focus on ROI-oriented content strategy. Project 1.2.2 focuses on public launch and campaign orchestration using the infrastructure built in Project 1.1. Its central goal is to activate the completed 16-platform ecosystem to establish a sustained, high-impact public presence that moves the organization from internal and pilot stage activity to visible, growing community engagement. Key deliverables begin with a phased campaign roadmap that progresses through an initial soft launch and testing phase, a core launch with flagship campaigns, and ongoing phases of scaling and optimization. The roadmap is supported by detailed platform orchestration rules that define how content will be adapted across channels, including visual-first approaches for platforms such as Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, and more professional depth for LinkedIn, along with data-driven posting cadences and optimal timing. Orchestration rules also specify appropriate automation levels, ranging from high automation for scheduling and reposts to more moderate automation for captions and hashtags and human-gated processes for complex or high-value interactions. Cross-promotion and consistency engines ensure coherent messaging across the full platform, set while engagement and community protocols provide response templates, clear escalation pathways, and community guidelines. An integrated analytics and optimization loop housed within the AI4 ROI.cloud dashboard tracks reach, engagement, sentiment, and conversions, supported by weekly review cycles and structured A/B testing. Growth and amplification tactics include hashtag strategies, collaborations with influencers and partner organizations, paid testing recommendations, social search optimization, and employee and partner advocacy programs. An example implementation roadmap spans 10 to 12 weeks, beginning with student onboarding and ecosystem review in the first 2 weeks, followed by messaging development, campaign planning and rule definition, public launch and intensive monitoring, analysis with playbook finalization, and a smooth handoff that allows student teams to transition into ongoing operations or expansion roles. Success is measured through a balanced set of KPIs and success metrics covering awareness through follower growth and impressions, engagement quality and reach, conversion into newsletter signups, volunteer inquiries, and donations, operational efficiency through the percentage of content handled semi-autonomously, and mission impact through sentiment analysis and stories that drive real-world actions, alongside clear learning and portfolio outcomes for participating students. Strong governance and ethics are maintained through a human-in-the-loop mandate for all high-visibility or sensitive content, consistent ethical AI alignment with AI4, Good Squared's values of transparency, dignity, and responsible use, centralized brand consistency enforced through the ecosystem and review processes, full compliance with platform policies and nonprofit regulations, and continuous improvement loops that incorporate performance data and audience feedback. The Student Project Framework treats the work as a credit-eligible capstone, practicum, or special project that produces a messaging playbook, campaign briefs and calendar, ecosystem rulebook, analytics views, and a final presentation with recommendations and ROI analysis. Participants receive certificates, professional recommendations, potential ongoing roles or internships, strong portfolio pieces, and meaningful networking within the AI4 Good Squared community. Resource requirements are modest on the AI4 Good Squared side, primarily involving leadership sponsorship, access to documentation and pilot stories, mentorship time, and limited content production support, while students need access to the AI ecosystem, collaboration tools, and analytics platforms. Immediate next steps include finalizing the exact platform list and current ecosystem status, sharing the strategy with target business schools, recruiting the first cohort, and conducting a kickoff workshop, defining the pilot campaign theme and success targets, and establishing tracking and dashboard foundations.
In classrooms they study the world they can change, with strategy, finance, and hearts rearranged. They step to the front lines where real work is done, where micro enterprises are waiting to run. From rural Zambia, the sewing machines hum. Women with vision whose time has now come. They dream of the markets they've never yet seen, and students bring tools that can make the dream clean. We believe everyone should and can have abundance when study the data, they craft every line. 16 platforms working in rhythm and time. Not just for the numbers, but stories that heal, of women who rise and of communities that feel. They shape the messages that travel the earth, awakening partners and giving new birth to volunteers, donors, and partners who care, and show that responsible AI can repair. We believe everyone should and can have abundance when AI is guided by wisdom and heart. From hardship to hope, from the ground to the global, we're building a future where no one's left out. AI for good, with students who lead, human and agentic. Together we seed a movement of mercy, of dignity, of light, abundance for all when we choose what is right. This is more than a project, it's planting a seed of learning that matters, of action that feeds, a virtuous cycle where outreach gives birth to stories that circle and multiply worth. From Zambia's workshops to screens everywhere, from pilot to movement, from here to out there. We don't just teach theory, we change what is real, with ethics and courage, with hearts that can feel. We believe everyone should and can have abundance when AI is guided by wisdom and heart. From hardship to hope, from the ground to the global, we're building a future where no one's left out. AI for good, come walk this road to students and dreamers, the old and the new. Together we're proving what love can achieve, abundance for all when we choose to believe. At AI for good squared, the future begins. With every small action, the whole world can win. Not someday, but now, the time is today. Abundance through AI, the compassionate way. In classrooms they study the world they can change, with strategy, finance, and hearts rearranged. They step to the front lines where real work is done, where micro enterprises are waiting to run. From rural Zambia, the sewing machines hum, women with vision whose time has now come. They dream of the markets they've never yet seen, and students bring tools that can make the dream clean. We believe everyone should and can have abundance when AI is guided by wisdom and heart. From hardship to hope, from the ground to the global, we're building a future where no one's left out. AI for good, with students who lead, human and agentic. Together we see a movement of mercy, of dignity, of light, abundance for all when we choose what is right. They study the data, they craft every line. 16 platforms working in rhythm and time. Not just for the numbers, but stories that heal, of women who rise and of communities that feel. They shape the messages that travel the earth, awakening partners and giving new birth to volunteers, donors, and partners who care and show that responsible AI can repair. We believe everyone should and can have abundance when AI is guided by wisdom and heart. From hardship to hope, from the ground to the global, we're building a future where no one's left out. AI for good, with students who lead, human and agentic. Together we seed a movement of mercy, of dignity, of light, abundance for all. When we choose what is right, this is more than a project, it's planting a seed of learning that matters, of action that feeds, a virtuous cycle where outreach gives birth to stories that circle and multiply worth. From Zambia's workshops to screens everywhere, from pilot to movement, from here to out there, we don't just teach theory, we change what is real with ethics and courage, with hearts that can feel. We believe everyone should and can have abundance when AI is guided by wisdom and hope. From hardship to hope, from the ground to the global, we're building a future where no one's left out. AI for good, come walk this road too. Students and dreamers, the old and the new, together we're proving what love can achieve. Abundance for all when we choose to believe. AI for good squared, the future begins. With every small action, the whole world can win. Not someday, but now. The time is today. Abundance through AI. The compassionate